Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I know a lot of you are still in line to get your refreshments for this evening, but we're going to go ahead and begin with this night's keynote address. So if everyone that can come up towards the front, I promise you will be entertained. I'm not going to prolong the time, but I want to welcome you to Speaker 2020, and I'm going to introduce this year's conference chair, Dr. Jim Lee, and he's going to introduce tonight's speaker. Good evening, friends. Welcome to our opening keynote session tonight. We do want to let you know that the session is being videoed tonight. So, and it is an interactive session, so we hope once you get your snacks, you'll come up and join us at the front. So Ron Trolley has been called the Messiah of the Mind. His laughter-filled keynotes, workshops, and assemblies and are always full of eye-opening experiences as audiences have multiple aha moments. Ron holds a Master of Education specializing in early childhood and is a best-selling author, motivational speaker, and most importantly, he is funny. His study of martial arts, yoga, Reiki, and improv creates hilarious and educational experiences. Ron's team of Yenseis teach children his award-winning Yogarate program at many preschools, including the preschool at the United Nations. So let's welcome our opening keynote guest tonight, Ron Trolley.
If you're listening, hands in the air. If you're listening, touch your nose. If you're listening, touch your ears. If you're listening, touch your toes. All right, do we have to go over head, shoulders, knees, and toes? That was good. That was awesome. She's like, I don't even have to move. That was incredible. Awesome. All right, so today's keynote is called Yogarate. It's a blend of yoga and martial arts. And we're going to get started by warming up our bodies a little bit. So I like the way that you're standing up. I like the way that you're standing up. I like the way that you're standing up. Ooh, awesome. I like the way that you're standing up. Nice. So this is what we're going to do first. I brought a laser with me. And this laser goes, whoa, 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 whoa. And the purpose of this laser is to chop off your heads. So I'm going to ask you to use your imagination and you do whatever you want to do. Ready? Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, nice. Couple people ducked. Somebody went like this. One person's like, there's no laser. All right, awesome. Let's try it again. By the way that you play tonight is probably the way that you play at school and with your kids. Ready? So if you want to change that way, let's play. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice. By the way, the laser goes all the way to the end. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice. Lady back there, she just did a matrix. She's like, all right, ready? One more time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cool. So I brought another laser with me. This one goes, and this one's designed to chop off your feet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ready? I love watching people's faces. Over here, we got some people, they're jumping, they're laughing, and you get that teeth sensation when they're smiling. I love watching the other people. It's all good, whatever. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice. Give yourselves a round of applause. Nice. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. That was awesome. Have you ever been or seen this person that they're walking and all of a sudden they're like, And then they turn around looking for the nothing that they tripped up on. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna teach you to do a dynamic tension exercise. By the way, all this stuff you can do when you're with your kids because you're already punched in, so you might as well get paid to work out and stretch, right? Why not? So, what you're gonna do is lift one heel off the ground. Other foot, just keep it flat. When I say go, push the ball of your foot into the ground for 3 seconds. Ready, set, go. Push. 1, 2, 3. Relax. One more time. Same foot with the heel off the ground. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Who felt something tighten up in their foot or their knee? So those are actually your tendons and ligaments and the muscles in your legs actually strengthening. Anybody ever have that surgery, ACL, PCL, MC Hammer? No, so I don't want you to do that. So we're going to focus on stretching and strengthening our bodies and breathing tonight so that you can do this in your school if you want. Let's do the other leg. Lift your heel off the ground and then push down as hard as you can with the ball of your foot for 5 seconds. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Awesome. How many of you feel your knee getting tighter, your ankle getting tighter? All right, so real simple. That's what you do. Let's do one more. Off your heels. Both of them. Bend down. We're going to take off through the ceiling. Ready? And push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and jump. Nice. Awesome. All right. So how many of you are a little winded? We get winded. How many of you get winded when you're chasing your kids around? Exactly. So we're going to go over different types of breathing for different situations. So the first one we're going to do is called belly breathing, but I want you to get an understanding about how you breathe. So take one hand, put it on your chest area. Other hand, put it on your belly. Now when I say go, I invite you to take 3 breaths. And all you do is I want you to breathe in and see and feel if you breathe in more with your chest, if you breathe in more with your stomach, or like I don't know, a combination of both, all right? So, and this works better if you do with your eyes closed. So one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, 3 breaths just to learn how you breathe. Ready, set, go. Awesome. By the way, how many of you, that's the first time you've taken a breath for yourself in like the whole day? Or like the whole week? How many of you, the only breath you ever take is when you do that surprised look, when one of your kids that does what they always do anyway, you go, like that. And that's like the only look, the only breath you get. All right, so how many of you were just breathing in and out with your chest and shoulders? How many of you felt that you're breathing out only with your belly? How many of you felt the combination of both? Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to do intentional belly breathing. So take your hands, put it on the belly, and you're going to actually use your stomach muscles, and I promise they're there. They just might have a nice protective coating, you know, wintertime. So what you do is you breathe in, and when you breathe in, you push your stomach out. Now, I used to have a 6-pack, but I figured what better way for you to have an understanding on belly breathing is if I create a visual aid for you. So I ate a lot of pizza and ice cream and root beer just so I can... Anybody buying this at all? You? Okay, thank you, Denny. Love you. Okay, so hands on your belly. Watch. When you breathe in, make your belly as big as you can like this. It's a baby. Okay, now when you breathe out, pull your stomach muscles in like you do the first day you walk onto the beach. Or is that just me? Sorry, TMI. All right, so you're going to use your stomach muscles in. Now breathe in. Make your belly big. You're actually using your stomach muscles. Breathe out. Pull your stomach in. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. So that's belly breathing. So anytime you ever get an opportunity to try it, if you intentionally focus on doing this back and forth, you'll feel something. All right, so who wants to do a little bit of stretching? Maybe anybody's neck ever get tight? Yeah, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Everybody just roll your head around like this. There you go, and go the other way. Awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to eat like baby birds. So you're going to stick your head up in the air. You're going to go like this. You're going to go, Let me see who's going to do that. Ready, set, go. Nice. Now, have you ever been shopping for Thanksgiving turkey, or have you ever seen somebody at Thanksgiving and they have that like that gobbleneck thing going on? So if you actually do this, what's going to happen is your sternocleidoid mastoid muscles will actually tighten up and pull back so that you'll lose this. All right? So ready? Now, how many people are going to try it now? So curious, when you want your kids to display a behavior, do you figure out a way why you want them to do it? Or do you figure out a way how it engages them so that they do it? Do you see the difference? All right, so everybody, let's do some baby birds. Everybody let's go, like that. Awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go this way, and we're going to go back and forth a little bit. Nice. All right, now, how many of you feel like your necks are tight? Awesome. Make a massage line. I'm teasing. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. We're going to do a little John Travolta staying alive stretching. So there you go. She's got the motion. You want to come up here and do it? Okay. So everybody do this. You're going to first tilt your head over to this side, nice and easy. Now instead of grabbing your head like we normally are taught and tearing it out, we're going to do a little John Travolta. You're going to point 45 degrees this way, and then point 45 degrees this way. The more you want to feel a stretch in your neck, point more. Does that make sense? So let's try it again. So turn your head this way, point this way, this tightens a muscle, and then point this way, and now stretch, breathe in with your belly, and breathe out. And if some of you are lucky to have a nice cushion of fat, like right here, to support your neck, then good for you. I feel all you people with those jawbones, I'm sorry, you got to work on it. All right, let's go the other way. Same thing, tilt your head this way, point 45 degrees this way, and then point 45. And the more that you want to feel a stretch in your neck, keep on pointing. Awesome, just like that. All right, cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some chest stretches. Palms out, back and forth. Feel free to hit whoever you want. All right. Now, if you love ice cream, everybody say, I love you, ice cream. If you love pizza, say, I love you, pizza. If you love yourself, give yourself a hug, say, I love you, me. All right, now we're going to get weird. Okay, so who here has ever heard of energy work? Who here has ever heard of Reiki, R-E-I-K-I? So I'm actually going to teach you how to do some energy work. Feel free to try it or not. It's totally up to you. So take your hands like this. We're going to rub our hands together. Rub your hands together. What do you feel? Heat, friction. Awesome. Now, cup your hands and pull your hands apart like this. And just hang out. And see if you feel something in between your hands. Does anybody feel anything? All right, let's try it again. Rub your hands together, rub your hands together, rub your hands together. Also, notice your mind. And notice your mind might start getting in the way to start telling you you can't feel anything even though you start feeling something. So pull your hands apart like this. Who here feels anything in between their hands? Like there's energy flowing back and forth? Okay, awesome. Now try to pull it apart a little bit more and see if it takes the shape of your hands. Who here can feel it? Nod your head, like don't raise your hand. Okay, cool. Who can't feel it? Shake your head like that. All right, cool. I'll just ignore you. That's fine. Okay, cool. All right, now rub your hands one more time. Pull your hands apart and give yourself an energy hug. Everyone say, I love you, me. And now we're going to rub our hands together, pull your hands apart, and give your belly an energy hug. Say, I love you, belly. Now, the reason why this is important is because if you tell your kids to hug themselves, and most of the kids do this, and then you have one kid that goes, consider that kid may not have love for themselves. If they don't have love for themselves, maybe somewhere they were taught that they're not lovable. Have you ever had a friend of yours, and by the way, if I start talking about this person, they're standing right next to you, don't like that, or just do whatever you want. Have you ever had a friend that cannot stay in a relationship because you know that, wow, she literally went right up to that person, just went, he's talking about you, psst, pay attention. Okay. Wow, it's okay, we'll find you somebody. Okay, so, any single, okay, anyway. So what happens is this person doesn't love themselves, or they have figured out, like they've been programmed that they're not lovable. Then all of a sudden they start dating somebody, and that person starts to love them and start showing them affection. And they're in their mind, they're like, I'm not lovable, why are you loving me? You're gonna eventually break up with me. And then they end up dumping that person instead of actually staying because they don't believe like they're loved. And all of a sudden say, how come I can't stay in a relationship? Anybody like that? So if you teach your kids to have self-love, to give themselves hug, they're gonna feel that energy from them. Does that make sense? All right, cool. Let's stretch out our side bodies. Everybody go like this. Everyone go, hey, hey, hey. Go, hi, hi, hi. Go, ho, ho, ho. What are you, Santa Clauses? All right, the kids usually laugh for that. That's fine. Everybody go, hoo, hoo, hoo. What are you, a bunch of owls? All right, anyway, we'll move on. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna peck for some seeds like a bunch of chickens because I wanna help you get rid of lower back pain. Anybody here ever had any lower back pain whatsoever? Okay, do you have lower back pain but you've never been in an accident? Is that you? And then all of a sudden, your back's like high and it hurts. So what we're gonna do is, I know normally traditional medicine is like anti-inflammatories, muscle relaxers. Here we do what we do in the East, which is actually stretching. So most of the time if you have back pain, it's either because your hamstrings are too tight or your gluteus maximus cardassianus hasn't been stretched out in a long time. Not that way. Okay, so, by the way, I talk about responsibility and being a powerful human. So if I say the setup to a joke, and then you say the punchline in your head, but you said the inappropriate part, was I inappropriate or were you inappropriate? You were. Oh, she's trying to put the responsibility on me. She's been married. Okay, I understand. No big deal. All right, cool. So we're going to stretch out our hamstrings. So everybody make some chicken noises. Everyone make some chicken beaks. Go, "Bugger!" All right, we're gonna peck for some seeds like a bunch of chickens. Everybody go, peck, 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 peck. Awesome. Just nicely loosening, stretching your hamstrings. Now we're gonna stretch out. We're gonna reach for some bananas like a bunch of monkeys. Everybody go pick, 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 peck, 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 pick, 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 peck, 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 pick, 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 peck, 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 pick, pick, pick. No? Nobody? All right, so this is called an optical illusion. So you take your knuckle, nothing? Nobody? Anybody ever do this one? Nobody ever did that one? I'll give you the other side. Oh, you're gonna try it with your friends. What are you talking about? Okay. Now we're gonna loosen up our knees a little bit because when you chase after your kids, do you chase after them like this, or are you going this way and that way, and it's like American Ninja Warrior? So it doesn't make sense to me that you have cold legs, so you're gonna put your knees together and just real easy like this, and then go back and forth. And if you feel like any clicking or popping, that's okay. Your body's actually like feeling good and moving. There you go, good for you. There you go. Someone was at the club last night. Okay. All right, and now open your feet like this. There you go. Go the other way. All right. Some of you are like, I'm gonna use this tonight. All right, cool. Last thing we're gonna do with our bodies right now, we're gonna warm up our ankles. So what I want you to do is, for now, I just want you to try to balance for 10 seconds, that's it, okay? So everybody, let's go for the left foot. So try to bring your knee up. Let's count to 10, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Now, Instead of balancing on your left foot, what I want you to do is you're going to drum on your right foot. The more that you drum, the higher your knee goes up. Does that make sense? So if I go like this, it goes up here. If I keep drumming, we do that, all right? So everybody, we're going to drum with the right foot. Ready? Count with me, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put it down. Who was able to balance better the second time? So, how many of you have ever been waiters or waitresses at a restaurant and you're walking with the trays? What do? Do they tell you to look at the tray or look away? Right, you look away from it because if you look at it, what might happen? So the reason why you balanced better when you weren't focused on balancing, but you were just focused on this, is because your focus wasn't on making a mistake. So if you focus on making a mistake, or in life, if you focus on what could go wrong, let's say you create lesson plans, let's say you think outside the box. If you focus on what could go wrong, you might have it go wrong. But if you just focus on doing what you gotta do to keep your kids engaged or to have a good time, that'll be there. Does that make sense? Awesome. All right, let's do another type of breathing. This breathing is called fire breathing. So just in case you weren't able to get to your Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever in the morning, this energizes you. By the way, how many people drive to work and you're surprised that there's school buses in the morning? Anybody? Oh, she's smiling at that. Like, and here's a weird part too. How many of you, when you're driving in the morning, if it takes you a half hour to get to work, how soon do you leave your house? A half hour, right? You don't have any time. And then all of a sudden you pull up and there's construction in the morning and it's like, how dare they actually use my tax dollars for something, and you get mad. The reason why we do that is because we do something as human beings that's like an automatic running program. We run most of our day, 90% of our day, in automatic patterns. Anybody ever drive and all of a sudden like 10 minutes go by and you're like 7 exits down the road and you have no idea how that happened? Did that happen tonight? Is that what happened? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to also talk about not so much the movement, but also the brain. Like, who here has ever created an expectation for another human being? Who here has ever created an expectation for another human, never shared the expectation with them, and then when they don't fulfill the expectation that they know nothing about, who do you get mad at? How does that make sense? There's so many automatic things. Can I have a helper? I just need somebody to raise their hand. Okay, stay. All you need to do is stay there. Ready? I'm going to do what we do all the time as humans. Ready? Okay, here we go. Why didn't you do it? What's wrong with you? Okay, so I created an expectation that she would go YMCA and then put her hands down. Did I tell her the expectation? Is there any way that she knew what I wanted her to do? So do I have any right to be upset at her? So why do we do that with everybody in our lives? How many of you have expectations for the parents of your kids? Expectations like they're going to pick their kids up on time. Expectations like they're going to call you back. Expectations like they read the daily report that you spent so much time on. But it's insane. This is one of the things. See, here's the problem. Parents do the same thing to you. Parents create expectations that they're going to send their kids to you amazing educators. You're going to teach them discipline and structure and how to follow the rules so that when they get home, they're going to be like in Mary Poppins. Hello, mother. Hello, father. May I do the chores today? Thank you so very much. Right? It's crazy. But then the parent takes the kid, hands them the iPad, and then they wonder why their kids are all over the place. See, we do that all the time. What we do when we create an expectation is we say one word, and that sets us up for upset. The word should. Everyone say should. Good. You should all over yourself every day. You should on other, S-H-O-U-L-D. Okay? We do that all the time. How many of you have a significant other that you should all over? You create expectations for them, never tell them, and then when they don't do it, you're mad at them. She's got 2 hands and a foot up in the air. Oh, there you go. She's either going to have an amazing relationship or no relationship at this point, which is either way, it's all good. So whenever you catch yourself, let's actually practice this. Think about a person in your life, okay? Create an expectation for how they should be in your mind. Think about them not being that way and what happens in your body. You get upset. But do you realize that you do that to yourself? Anybody ever watch TV and somebody says something on the TV and you're mad at them and then you change the channel and they don't even know you exist and you're still mad at them? Being mad at somebody is like you drinking poison waiting for them to die. Does that make sense? You having a grudge towards someone is you drinking poison waiting for them to die. So how does it benefit you to stay mad at somebody? How many of you create expectations for your kids? How many of you create an expectation you'd have seats here? How's that working? Right, so you can either choose to let it upset you or you can just let it go, let it go. Have you ever heard that song? How many of you thought you'd never get Let It Go out of your head, and then Baby Shark came out? And then you're just like, where's Let It? And then now Elsa 2 came out. All right, cool. So fire breathing. You take one hand, this is to energize you. You put it over your mouth. You're gonna breathe in and breathe out only with your nose and let your stomach take over the breathing. So it goes like this. I'll demonstrate first. Like that. So ready? Let's try it first. One hand over your mouth. I know you wish you could do this to your spouses, but you don't do it. Okay, put your hand over your mouth. And then breathe in with your nose and breathe out. And take a breath in. Oh, by the way, before you do this, blow your nose first. Did I forget to mention that part? Okay. All right. So what I want to do now is I actually want to do a little bit of Yogarate by teaching you how to do something called the high block song. Now, if you just do the song with us, it'll be awesome. Which one's that? Okay, so I have a YouTube channel, totally free. There's a playlist of over 25 different Yogarate videos that you can just play for your kids. So don't worry about memorizing this, just have fun. So when we do the high block song, what we do is we first sing the nursery rhyme that goes with it. So we're gonna sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I know you're excited. Ready, set, go. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the squirrel so high, like a pepperoni pizza pie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder. Dude, where's my car? All right, how many people, when I said we're singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, you were like, oh boy, and you were expecting to be like that. So then what I do is, in the song, I throw in the first part of my behavior management program called the pattern interrupt. A pattern interrupt is designed to give you like a brain hiccup. So, for example, what was the first pattern interrupt that I used to get everybody's attention to start the keynote. Or if you're listening, hands in the air. So I used a kinesthetic cue, I used a visual cue, and I used an auditory cue. Because with kids, figuring out a way how to get their attention is half the challenge. How many of you have ever done this? Joey, 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 Joey. Who here has ever repeated a child's name more than once? What is that? The definition of doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result? That's called insanity. And here's the crazy part. So remember we talked about automatic programs that run us? Like, one of them is this. How many have ever said to one of your kids, "Are you being a good listener? Do you have your listening ears on?" How many of you have ever told one of your kids, "You're not listening"? And they look at you with confusion because they're listening all the time. How many of you are thinking about your husbands or boyfriends or both, whatever, have a party, live life, you get one, right? Okay, but think about it, wives, whatever. Think about it. You're not being a good listener, and the kid looks at you, it's like, "I just heard you. You just said, I'm not being a good listener. Do you have your listening ears on?" "Yes, I do. I just heard you." They're always listening. They're just choosing not to follow your directions. The problem is that we've been taught as adults the way that we communicate is the absolute right way, and if the kid doesn't understand it, it's somehow the kid's fault. But we need to communicate clearer if we want these kids to pay attention. Some of you say to your kids, "Oh, he's not listening." But if you have one of those tall mirrors, every time you say his name, "Joey, Joey, 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 Joe," and he's waiting for the vein on your forehead to start. So instead of doing the same thing over and over, I do pattern interrupts to get the attention of the kids. If you walked into your classroom and all of a sudden everybody started singing, "Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream." Why'd you sing? See, we want to. That's the thing, sing a song. Sometimes when I want to get my kids' attention, I change my voice. I do accents. I'm not sure if this is like Irish or Scottish. I don't know. I tell the kids, "Get in my belly." They mostly laugh, one runs. I don't know why he does that, but it's okay. How many of you do voices or accents in your classrooms? Okay, just checking. All right, right? Now here's the thing. The best pattern interrupt that works are animal noises. And here's the thing. I'm going to offer you an opportunity to try some. I'm going to be quiet now so the voice in your head can start talking to you. "Oh, I'm not going to try. It's not going to do it. Blah, 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 blah." Do you know what I mean by that voice in your head? Yeah, that one right there. What's he talking about? Why he's doing this? How come they're there? Blah, blah, blah. What's with the hair? What's with the outfit? I'm freezing. Why is he sweating? Blah, blah, blah. How come that person hasn't texted me back? Blah, 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 blah. It's going all the time. So a pattern interrupt that I use are animal noises. I mean, easy ones. You can do like, I don't know, chicken sound. Bark, bark, bark. But I was actually teaching Yogarate, and one of the kids, we were doing elephant walks. And one of the kids actually said to me, I went like this, I went, because we were doing it on our feet and one hand so I could teach him how to balance. And I had a 3-year-old look at me and goes, "That sucked." Anybody have a kid just totally just blow your spot, like right in front of all the other kids, and then the cool kid, the alpha king and the alpha queen, she's like, "What do you got something back on that?" So he actually said, "That sucked." And you know what I thought about it? It did. So I went on YouTube, and YouTube you can actually learn everything. And I typed in how to make an elephant noise. And I was taught to make an elephant noise, you pull your lips in, you took your dentures out, and then you press your lips down, and then as hard as you can, you blow air out. Now, I'm going to offer you an opportunity to try this. Here's what's going to happen. Some people are already excited to try it. You're the people that are excited to see your kids. Other people, your voice in your head has already told you, I ain't doing that. How many people here are afraid of being judged? Raise your hand. The real people that are afraid of being judged are the ones that didn't raise their hands because they don't want to be judged by the judgers who are judging them on not being judged by the judgers. Does that make sense? I don't even know what I just said. Write that down. That's fine. So here's the crazy part. We're judged all the time by every person. How many times do you meet someone and they immediately, they look you up and down? Everybody does that. If you're a person that hasn't taken an action in your life because you're afraid of being judged, especially by the people that gave you your chromosomes, that's your parents, just in case you're not, okay, that's fine. But even if they're on this plane or they're somewhere else, how many people here, answer this in your mind, don't answer out loud. How many people here have something that they haven't done in their life and they've been thinking about it and their best friends know about it and they haven't taken an action because they're afraid of someone judging them? So here's my question for you. Number one, how's that working for you? Number two, how does it benefit you? See, I don't stand here and talk about you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm just going to offer ideas and then you can take them. I showed you how to stretch your bodies. You can do it or you cannot. I showed you a couple different ways to do different types of breathing. You can do it or if not. If you're a person that does it, how's that working? If you're a person that does it, how's that working for you? Does that make sense? All right, cool. So what we're going to do is I offer you an invitation to do an elephant noise. Now, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. You pull your lips in, you press down, and you breathe out. Now, we're going to do it 2 times. Why? The first time, some people are going to do it, especially the person, if you've never done it before, what's going to happen is you're going to have this overwhelming feeling of joy and happiness. Your face will turn colors and you're gonna laugh. Then there's gonna be the person that's standing next to you or a little away from you who's already decided they're not doing it. They're gonna see your joy and happiness and they're gonna look at you like this. My question is to that person that's not gonna try it, how's it been working and how does it benefit you? All right? So let's try it. Pull your lips in, breathe in. So now I see people smiling, I see people laughing, and then I see. So I'll give you one more opportunity. One more opportunity to try it. By the way, if you're a person that doesn't like to try new things, how's that working? We let our mind get in the way of so many things. Who here likes pizza? Raise your hand. Who likes pineapple? Raise your hand. Who likes pizza and pineapple, has never eaten pineapple pizza, but you know you don't like it? How does that make sense? Your mind doesn't have taste buds. Here you go, ready? There you go. I heard someone pattern interrupting me. I heard an elephant noise. Who here likes coffee? Who likes honey? Who here has never tried honey in your coffee and you know you don't like it? How does that make sense? And now your mind is actually going to try to justify it. Oh, no, it does because I know. And I know that I know, and my friends know that I know, and my friends know that I know that I know, and I'm always right, and that benefits me. No one likes me, but that benefits me, so that's fine. So what we're going to do is let's try one more elephant noise. If you've never done it before, and you're a person that doesn't like to try new things, see, like worst case scenario, you had pineapple pizza in front of you. You had a bottle of water, some mint, some gum. You taste the pizza. It's disgusting. You spit it out, you rinse out, you put the mints. How long did you have that horrible sensation? 3 seconds, 5 seconds. You never have to do it again. But what if it's the best thing that you've ever tasted in your life? Now you have something for the rest of your life. So what stops you in life is what's going to stop you. So if you're being stopped right now by just trying an elephant noise because of whatever, how's it working? How's it benefiting you? And if you do it today, there will be something in your life that you want to try. You'll stop yourself from doing it. And then you'll remember, I did the elephant noise, I can do this. Does that make sense? I mean, listen, this is only your happiness and joy in your life. So feel free to try it or not. It's totally up to you. So ready, everybody? Breathe in, pull your lips in. How'd it go? All right, give yourself a round of applause for just even trying it. What time is it? 8:15? Okay. All right, so we're going to do some Yogarate. I have my assistants over here. They're just going to pass out some evaluations. If at some point you can fill them out front and back, that'll be awesome. For those of you that fill out evaluations, I'm going to have Yogarate wristbands for you. They say breathe on them, so at some point if you look at them and you go, oh, cool, it's a reminder for you to breathe. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right, so when we do Yogarate, first thing we do is we teach the nursery rhyme. So we already did that. Next thing I do is I tell a story about why the block or the technique works. So the high block, I was sitting under a tree and I was reading a book, and all of a sudden I had a squirrel drop a nut on my head and it went doink and hit me on top of my head. And all I looked up, I said, Mr. Squirrel, why are you doing that? And he didn't speak English, so he just went like that, you know, some squirrels. So he kept on throwing the nuts, and what I did was I put my hand over my head to block it, and then all of a sudden the nuts didn't hit my head, they hit my hand. So that's the reason why we do a high block. So if you want to try the high block, feel free. So everybody, now I like the way that you stepped 1 foot back. I like the way that you're stepping 1 foot back. Now, do I want you to fill out the evaluations now, or do I want you to fill them out later? Now notice, did I give you instructions? No, that's called the pre-frame. Tomorrow afternoon, I have a workshop on behavior management. We're gonna go over all 5 steps. Kids don't like to be told what to do, neither do adults. How many of you have ever had a conversation with your significant other and they look at you and they say, honey, relax? You of course go, and you calm down immediately, right? No? How many of you go, take a breath, you'll feel better? If somebody tells you to take a breath or relax, do you calm down or do you get more upset? But then you do this one where you're in front of your kids and one kid's doing the and they're doing the fake crying that they haven't feared the tears, and you're hovering over them. Relax, breathe in, take a breath. There's a tour coming. I need this job. Calm down, relax. So instead of giving instructions, I do pre-frames. So I like the way that you have 1 foot back. I like the way that you have your hands in front. Do I want you to have your knees straight or your knees bent? So those are auditory and visual pre-frames. All right, so the high block song goes to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. We'll do it 3 times, warm up a little bit more. Ready, set, go. High block to the sky. High block, way up high. Aya! So the aya is like the chorus. You ever go to a concert with your friends and they know everything and you just know the chorus and they're just like singing, and all of a sudden you get to that one part and you're like, shot through the heart and you're to blame. Awesome. Let's do the high block song again. Ready, set, go. High block to the sky. High block, way up high. Aya! Nice. All right. So now, the last part that I do the song, I actually bring boppers and I test them out with the kids. Now, I don't have those with me, so we're going to do something a little differently. So, this is what we're going to do. These awesome little squishy balls, they're from SNSWW, that's a company. They're great. You can throw them at kids as hard as possible. It doesn't even hurt. So what I'm going to do is, so whoever wants to do it, if you want to move up a little bit, I'm going to throw the ball at you. And all you're going to do is you're going to do the high block, okay? After you do a couple of high blocks, pick up a ball, turn left, right, or forward, and throw it somebody behind you so they can do the high blocks. That makes sense? So everybody raise hands, go, ah, yeah. All right, ready? So pick up, and then what you do, pick up the balls and throw them at somebody behind you. Oh, I can't reach you guys over here. Ready? And do the high block and hit them out of the air. Now take them and turn them around and hit them somebody behind you. Yes, ma'am. Here, start throwing them at people. At the end, no, give out. Wait till the end of the keynote to give out the bracelets. I can't reach. Usually I'm a lot closer. There you go. Let's see the high blocks. They see you go, ah-ya! You ladies in the front of my super throwers. All right, they're almost making it all the way down there. That's awesome. If you're listening, hands in the air. If you're listening, touch your nose. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. So if I say up, you say. If I say left, you say. If I say stop, you say. So you all have oppositional defiance disorder. You realize that, right? See, listen, as human beings, we're automatically initially oppositional. How many times, patterns are up. How many times have you gone into a store and the person that their job is to help you, they come up to you and say, can I help you with something? And what do? No, I'm good. And then as they walk away, you're like, why did I just do that? So it doesn't make sense how we're initially oppositional. When I've done a program like this, I've never had somebody actually say up and agree with me. Because unfortunately, one of our automatic patterns is to be oppositional. How many people, when you're driving, somebody's walking and they're trying to cross the street, but they're trying to cross the street in front of you? Like they waited for 10 minutes until your car pulled up, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, here's my chance. And they start strolling across the street. And your automatic pattern is to speed up, to let them know that they almost got hit by your car. But then all of a sudden, if they just go, achoo, and they stop and they sneeze, you're going to jail. And we're stuck in these patterns. Because we believe everything is about us. Like I said, I've never had somebody, when I did this initially, when I say up, everyone says down. I've never had somebody say up. When I say left, everybody says right. I'd love to meet the first person who has ever been able to say the same thing that I did, because they would be unstuck. They would be unplugged from the matrix, meaning they don't have that automatic oppositional pattern. Does that make sense? How often have you said no to things without even thinking about it, just to say no? How's that working? How does it benefit you? So another way to break up some patterns is to do different types of breathing. So another type of breathing is called cold breathing. So you take your hands, put them on your belly. Yep, we're back to the belly. Take your tongue, put it behind the back of your bottom teeth like this. So we're going to do what's called the Princess Bride test. So your tongue goes behind the back of your bottom teeth. So everybody say it, repeat after me. Love, true love is a magical experience. Everyone say Lady Princess Buttercup and say marriage. Okay, perfect. So when you have your tongue on the back of your bottom teeth, breathe in with your mouth like this. And then keep your tongue behind the back of your bottom teeth and breathe out with your mouth. One more time, breathe in, tongue behind the back of your bottom teeth, and then breathe out with your mouth. What do you feel when you breathe that in? You feel cold air. So you're actually tricking your body into cooling itself down. Does that make sense? Listen, I don't expect you to be able to stop yourself in an upset at any time. If all you do for the rest of the day or the rest of the conference is just catch yourself getting upset, try on, if you get upset, what is the expectation that you created? Try to be a star. Stop, think, act, review. Stop in the moment that you're upset. How many of you text somebody and then you don't tell them you have X amount of time to get back to me, and then they don't get back to you in the time that you never told them, and then you start blowing up their phone, and all of a sudden 10 minutes later they're just like, what's going on? I just turned my phone on. Because we don't communicate. So my request of you is this: if you get upset at any point, ask yourself, what expectation did I create for this person or this scenario? Think, can I change that expectation? Act, change the expectation. How many of you have a friend of yours that is always late and you're still surprised? Why don't you just tell them to show up a half hour early and then don't tell anybody else? See if that works. Does that make sense? All right. I want to do a quick little video selfie. So this is what you do. In yoga, we say namaste. In karate, we go aya. So I want everyone to see if everybody can go namaste, and then you're going to step out and go aya. All right, so let's see if I can do this. I've tried in the past. Oh, I should probably have it not facing the wall. All right, ready? And everybody, get in your hands. Everyone say namaste. Everyone go ayah. Awesome. So this is the last thing I ask you to do. Remember, when I say up, you say, oh, wait a minute. Wait, when I say left, you say, when I say stop, you say, no. So wait a minute. Within 10 minutes, you became aware of a pattern that has probably been running your life. And within 10 minutes, because you became aware of it, you actually can make a choice to break it. So that's my request. Catch yourself in your patterns. Catch yourself doing the automatic things that you do. If you're always a no, maybe be a yes. Does that make sense? All right, I appreciate everybody. If I got into 5 people's heads and made a difference for you, I appreciate it. One more time, everyone. Namaste. Everybody go, ayah! And have an awesome rest of your evening. And I have books for sale, and also, if you want my info, take some magnets. What's that?
Can I have a ball?
Sure. Take one. Take 5.